Okay. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen with you. Okay, can you see my screen? Cool. Okay. Right. So so basically, we're Spiral, and we created these apps over the last few years. We did this through quite a lot of advocacy with essentially UK schools, but when we released in the US about a year and a half ago, we've had some really amazing relationships with US teachers who have helped us in terms of defining the features, getting the features right, make sure that it has impact for teaching and learning. So we have 4 apps, and I'll just get those up for you. Okay. Okay. So we're going to spiral.ac. Did you see my homepage there? Yeah, cool. Okay, so if I just minimize this, it's not going to make a difference. Okay, so as a teacher, I can log into Spiral. And the good thing about this is that I'm going to be able to get you to interact with this quite easily and see your responses. Okay, so we have a dashboard here with 4 apps: Quickfire, Discuss, TeamUp, and Clip. Quickfire is the first one we built. It's a really simple app around formative assessment, getting all the kids in a class to be able to respond to the teacher using their personal device. And the next one we've got is Discuss, which is built around the main teaching asset, which in most cases still is a presentation. And again, the teacher is able to chat with the kids during a presentation. The third one we built is called TeamUp, and TeamUp enables the teacher to put kids with devices into groups for them to work on a presentation and then present back to the rest of the class using the whiteboard. Okay, and the last one we've got here is Clip, and Clip is an interactive video, which enables the teacher to be able to launch a video and for students really quickly to be able to chat on that video live on the whiteboard, so they can see responses of everybody. But the teacher can also insert multiple choices and quizzes into that video. So I'm going to try and just give you a very quick tour of those of the 4 apps that we've got. Okay, so firstly on Quickfire, and the good thing about it is if you've got a device there, Jonathan, you'll be able to interact with it. Okay, so I'm going to just ask you to put your device up and to go on to a URL, which is gospiral.ac, and put in that code. Okay, and you should then be able to join my class. And I should be able to see you on my screen, and you'll be able to see yourself on my screen, as it were. So I'm going to go to GoSpiral as well, and I'm going to be a pupil as well. Okay, and I'm going to enter the code, which is BQEFN. Okay, cool. That works pretty well. And I'm going to be Hamish today. Okay, so you'll see very quickly, just like quite a lot of like other apps such as Kahoot and GoFormative, etc., is that it's got that whole code system. You can see who's in the class, and in this app, and what most teachers use this app for is to ask a very quick verbal question of the class. And I'm going to ask the class what's the capital of France. Okay, and the class are going to respond really quickly to me, and I can see who's responded to the question once I've got enough responses up, and just waiting for Jonathan to answer and post an answer. Are you with me there on that one? Yeah, cool. And I then just show the answers. In this case, it amalgamates it into Paris. I can then say that's correct. You'll get a tick on your phone. I'll get a tick on my phone. Okay, I can then highlight that, I can see who's answered, and then I can respond to the rest of the class. It's a really simple app. It's based around about language. It's based around the idea that the teacher can very quickly get a response from the whole class. And in its simplest terms, that's what Quickfire is. With Quickfire, also, you can add some various different other aspects to it. So, for example, is that I could add a picture. I could change the answer format from just being a text-based answer to be like an annotation. So if I maybe pick some sort of picture on my, let's take a picture of this, let's upload this dodgy character here, and I could then, we could then ask the students to respond to an image with an annotation. Let's go with that. Okay, and again, you'll see on your screen a picture of me, and you can label it. Okay, and we can then post that back. Okay, and I can again see that I can see who's answered it. I can see I've answered it. Okay, and you've answered it. And we can show the answers. Okay, and we can then highlight the answers, and we can then tick the answer and see if it's correct. And again, you can get the whole class to do that. And there's various different formats. We're just enhancing this app so it does a kind of version history of each student. You can click on any student and see if you've answered a number of series of related questions, what those answers have been to, and questions have been to those related answers. So that's Quickfire, and I'm going to finish that. I can do various things. We've got again sort of rough data coming out of it. What were the questions? What were the responses to those questions? You can resume it back again. So if you, let's say, we're asking a series of questions over one class, and then you want to continue that to the next class next week, then you just literally resume the actual app itself, and you can then continue to go back over questions, etc., etc. We can set this data is already automatically saved, and you'll see in my timeline it will save all of the activities that I've carried out with my students. Okay. So the second app we've got, and I'll just open this up actually in a pre-prepared area that I would have prepared some activities. So let's say I can do, let's say we'll do this one about Twitter. So again, is that I can drag in presentations from PowerPoint, from Google Drive. Okay, it then converts them into a kind of interactive presentation. I can then put questions against certain slides, and I can then continue. You'll see on your phone as well, if that's what you're using. Yeah, oh God, you got it. You're learning fast, Jonathan. Okay, that's brilliant. Okay, and again, we just power through the presentation. Okay, and then at a certain point in that presentation, you might have had a pre-prepared question. See, look, very topical. So have I got any to screen? So I can add a question here. It's like, what else is cool about Twitter? Okay, I can then just start that interaction between the students, and they can discuss amongst themselves what they think is cool about Twitter. So I can turn around and go, it's free, and I can then post that, and I can then see, once you've posted a response, what you've said about Twitter. So if you've had been able to add a comment, okay, you can see my comments. Okay, once you've posted your comments, you can see my comments, and I can add a comment to that and go, yeah, that's cool, and we can then post that back to you, and then the teacher can allow this to happen for a few minutes, okay, and kids can then have a little conversation amongst themselves, okay, and then the teacher can then pause that discussion, okay, and so all the phones are devices are frozen, and then go into the conversation that the students would have had around that subject, and then they can build on this particular exchange between the students and what is normally sort of passive-based presentation, and be able to then engage a number of students in a conversation and around whatever topic they're talking about. So that's kind of how Discuss works. Just another couple of aspects I'd quite like to explain is you can do like a sort of private view. Okay, so you can like take a private view of individual responses that students have made, you can take that. You can then make sure you might want to monitor those comments before you put them onto the whiteboard itself. Again, you go back to the the actual presentation itself, and then you continue as per normal. And again, whatever time, whatever moment in that presentation you want to have that another conversation with the students about whatever topic you want to have about in the presentation, is that you again just launch again the discussion. Okay, again back to the whole data side of it. You can see in the data who's responded against the asset themselves, so you can save that and PDF that as a teacher. You can use that in evidence of a good lesson, you know, you can then cite these lessons with the asset and with the student responses at the same time. So you can put those two things together, which otherwise would have been quite difficult to do using pen and paper or just conversations which are lost. So app number 3 is we're going to next one we're going to do is we're going to do Clip. So Clip is this interactive video, and we're going to, let's say, do polymers. Okay, and let's go on YouTube and find a nice video that is appropriate for this lesson on polymers. So let's go for this one. I'm going to use this one. Okay, and I'm going to prepare some questions and some multiple choice around polymers. So I'm going to start the video, okay, and then okay, and I go, that's really nice. What it talk. Okay. So talk to. Oh, whoops! I'm sorry, that's my fault. Okay, just one sec. Just one sec. I'll just go back to. Just click the wrong button.
Got Hamish's email address with my business card. So
sorry, John. I'm going to go back to polymers. I'm going to look up polymers again, and we can then review that one. We can use it, okay, and then, as I said, I can answer some open questions. I'll just play the video. Put a question here. And I can say continue. Okay, and then you turn and say what is Charles' fave color? And this, I'm just doing this to demonstrate, really, rather than actually it being applicable to that video. Okay, and I'm going to choose blue. Okay, and maybe it's red. Okay, and red's the answer. I'll say continue that. Okay, fine. Right, I'm just going to bring you back up, actually, just to make sure that you're still awake. Oh, there you are. There you go. Sorry, because I can't see you. I can't obviously see you when I'm doing the demo. So I'll just check. Okay, so right, I'm going to go. Okay, and I'm going to launch this activity live. Okay, normally I probably would have saved it. So if you're in again, that's really cool. So I'm in as well. Okay, and we're going to press go, and we're gonna we're going to start this activity. Okay, so you can. Okay, so who's Charles Darwin? He is a bloke, whatever. Okay, so you just again submit an answer, and again. You'll see in your bottom of your screen there's a little white box. You put in that, you click on that, and you answer using again sort of dialog box, and I can then review those if I want to at that point, or I can review them at the end. Okay, and then I go, that's brilliant, thanks very much, well done, Jonathan, you are just a genius, and we can then continue now. Okay. Okay, again, it's you have a selection there of multiple choices through there, and again, I can review them. And again, I can see that you really are on the ball today, and that you got a correct answer. You should get some response on your phone, which tells you you were correct. Okay, and then we can continue watching the video. Okay, you'll see that anybody can post a comment during the video, and actually the teacher can also post one as well, and go and then submit that, and it will appear on your phone. And so as the video is going, they can say, look out for this, or comment on this, or whatever. And this actually weirdly has become the most popular thing about this app. Is this it's kind of real simple of this feed rather than the questions and the multiple choices, and just doing freeform. Also, clearly, I think also it's quite easy work for teachers to be able to just like go, I've heard this video, and get the kids to respond and talk about this video. And what's great about it is that I'll try and show you. I'll send you a data sheet afterwards on this. Is that the conversations that the kids have around these videos is absolutely brilliant. And even the teacher joins in that conversation, and they can go back and sort of review that conversation they had around that video, and I'll show you a data sheet on these responses, but it's a really cool, simple feature. Simple app that we've built that's proving really popular. Okay, so I'm going to finish it, and you'll see that all of the responses are saved here. Okay. Right. So the last one that I'm going to talk to you about is Team Up. Now, Team Up is just in the middle of quite a big rework. Teachers that can manage to sort of crack the Team Up code. It's not the most user-friendly app that we've ever made. So if I go to one I prepared earlier, I will go to let's go to this PD Science one. So I'm going to play this Team Up. Okay, now sometimes it's also quite difficult to demonstrate Team Up because you've got to have quite a few people in the class to make it kind of work really well. But again, if you just press the code in again, you should have Team Up paused on your phone if you've done it correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my teams. Okay, and I've got you in there, Jonathan. Okay, and we've got Hamish somewhere. Where's Hamish gone? There we go. There's Hamish. So it's the right Hamish. Okay, I can do sort of various things. I can name a team blue. I can do sort of various different things with that, and then I can just add new teams. And then if I go to the next phase, I can then pick a captain for that team. Okay, I'll just pick me because I know what I'm doing. And I'm hoping I'm in the activity actually. Just one second. We'll just try and start it. And we'll see if that works. Okay, I haven't been assigned to any team, so I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go back because I made a boo on this. Okay, so it's sales. Okay, I'm just going to okay, so I can see you are in. Okay. Why am I not in? Just 1 second, Jonathan. I can't see. Oh, here. That's because there's 2 Hamishes. Maybe it's that Hamish. So let's just hope that's the one. Okay. Again, I've got myself just to know what I'm doing. Okay. And let's start. Okay. So you'll see on, well, I don't know if you're on a phone or whatever, you'll see that in the middle of your screen is a no ideas box. If you just tap on that, okay, you can then look at the top menu, which has got like a mountain, a pen, whatever it might be, okay, and then you can just post an idea. You should see on your device my idea, okay, and then so I'm going to add another idea, okay, and I'm going to upload a photo, okay, from my photo library. So all photos. So I'm going to add one of this nice beach we went to recently in India.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
So maybe half the gap.
Okay. So, oh, cool. Got a little squiggle from you. A little spiral. Very good. Very nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a presentation, and this is where we're going to change stuff because we want everybody to be able to join in this phase, so we've decided to change it so everybody can have a go at preparing a presentation. So once you're done, okay, I get an opportunity to be able to present, and I'm not quite sure what happens on your device at this stage, but on my device is that I can you can see it through the actual live screen share. You can see that as a student I can then from my own device to present from the main screen in the class. We're just about to add a kind of like peer review, so other kids can review that presentation, and we're going to create a thing called Slideas, which enable each student to prepare their own individual ideas, as I alluded to earlier. Okay, so again, once the end of the presentation happens, there's the ideas that we used in each person can be again, once I've finished this activity, finish and save. Again, it records what ideas each person presented during that presentation. And okay, so that is a very quick spin around Spiral. Okay, there's just a couple of other things, which is all the activities that I've prepared. I have in a file here. I can show all the ones that I've done by name. There's also an area which is called public activities, which are all the activities that our teachers have shared with other teachers on Spiral. So once they've created an activity, they then give them to Spiral so other teachers can use it, and they can search in this area for something that might be applicable to their class. There's a timeline of each individual activity and how much each student has contributed. I can do some class admin here. Okay, and then I can see individual students. So I can look at you, Jonathan, and go, okay, what have you contributed to class this term? And it will show me what you contributed and over a period of time. So I've actually, so this is now being recorded. So I've now recorded this. I'm not quite sure how to stop it, anyway, so, oops, that's me there. So I'm going to go back to our Google Hangout. Oh, there we go. It's just slightly minimized. Okay, and I'm just going to ask you is that you can type anything here. Do you have any questions? You can nod your head. That was really quick. Is quickfire primarily used in an impromptu fashion with prior planning or a little of both? Funny enough, in mostly 90%, I think it's used as an impromptu fashion, as a verbal question in the main. So when we look at the data coming back, we see that there's no teacher question. It's literally they've got the tool out, they've used it in class, they've got the result, they've done the formative assessment, and bam, they just move on. So in many cases, teachers say they're not that interested in the data. They're quite interested, but not that interested in it. It's more about the activity itself. Yes, but Clip is coming up fast. Clip is proving very popular. We've only had it out for like a month or so. But actually, it's the quickfire and discuss. TeamUp's quite probably about a third of usage in TeamUp, but that's only because the teachers have said that it's clunky to use, but we think it's going to be a real star once we finish the development on it. Yes, I'm familiar with Edpuzzle. It's very similar to Clip. I suppose the only feature, they've got some other features. The only thing that's different, I think, from Clip and Edpuzzle is the live feed thing. I don't think you can do that on Edpuzzle. And I think that our speed of setup is much quicker than Edpuzzle. On the other hand, Edpuzzle has some other really nice features around using different forms of video. I think so they can do JB Player and Vimeo and stuff like that. They've got a cut tool as well, but we're thinking of putting that in. But I suppose the only thing that teachers say to us is that every single learning activity that would in a lesson, or at least the main ones. Yes, that's yeah, they are using multiple tools, and we do see that quite a few of our teachers do use Kahoot just as much as they use Spar. I think yes, they can use it from any web-enabled device. One of the things which I suppose that we do more than most other people is we're not like we're not a right or wrong app. We're more around about language. And the use of using text-based language to be able to describe what the students are thinking, rather than giving it more of a kind of like, is this right or is this wrong, or is there a multiple choice? So it should tell the teacher more about what they're not telling the teacher in terms of maybe either what's wrong or what they're missing out, or what they did get right and didn't mention that was actually important to the content as well. So it gives that, we think it gives teachers a much more valued formative assessment than if they got 9 out of 10, or they said 80% of the class said they understood what they would do, what the learning was about. It's a bit more formative, we think, than quite a lot of the tools out there. And also, it's up to the professional judgment of the teacher to see that language and go, you know what, did they get it? How well did they get it? Are they coming out with the right words that would enable them to pass the test, pass an exam? You know, it's that kind of thing we think is makes Spar slightly different from many of the apps out in the marketplace. No, not at all. Actually, I think that our research is very much around about students using our tool to be able to express themselves, and that much of the data we've seen is lots of kids commenting on each other what each other have said, rather than it being teacher directed and led. And that's been a really important, surprising, and a nice factor about Spiral, is that it seems though that anybody in the class feels like they might have a voice and could say something using a text-based platform, rather than that whole situation where kids have to speak out. Yes, but you're right. Yes, no, I think I was just not reading it correctly, probably. But yeah, it's yeah. Would you say the T's? Do you mean the teachers? Yeah. Okay. Would you say the teachers who are using Spiral are more interested in sparking collaboration and discussion? Yeah, I think so, definitely. You know, but also it's that very simple idea that teachers, when they ask a question in the class, just do not get a response. That's what I'm talking about. It's about the lowest anxiety. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and it makes a bit of an equal playing field, as it were. Okay, Jonathan. I've kind of lost you, I think.
Yeah.
Can we resume? Can you hear me, Jonathan? You probably can. I want to ask you whether we can resume this. I have got another call, actually, really from Texas, with my chief investor. So he's calling me from a company there. Can we resume this time? Did you get what you wanted to? And I will share the video with you, if that's okay. Okay, cool. Right, you might.
Speaking on television as well. Yes.
Hello. Hello. Screen just starts at 4:30. Yeah. Can I ask you a real favour? Can I take your name and number? Cool. Yeah, I'm literally just about to go into a meeting. Can I call you back? Yeah. Yeah. 4:30. Okay, and I'm taking home in a taxi. Okay. All right then. Thanks, Dad. Bye. Who the fuck is it? Okay. Help.
Okay. Hold on. Do you like this?
What?
You want to see the banner?
I just want to see. I've just got to go to my next corner. Stressed about it. Okay. join me.
So Teamup's our USP.
Why? Why'd you say that? He was really cool. He thought we were all cool.
But that's great when you say that's like that, that's like that, that's like that. But no one has Teamup. And that's really powerful. It's good.
A lot of people turn around and say it's like Google Slides.
Google Slides. Teamup like Google Slides.
That you can create a joint presentation.
And do individual accountability.
No, you can't do that. But that's what's important to bring out.
So that's the USP, individual accountability and group presentation.
No, no, fine. I just got hello. Hello. Oh, please go away. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello?
Hello. It's Hamish.
Yeah, I did.
Uh,
Hi, how are you doing, Sandeep?
I'm very good. Hi, Sandeep. I'm just going to try and
Okay.
I'm just going to try and put my
No
headphones.
worries. I think Hamish has.
Okay, I've got it. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm just downloading Node. Okay, so I think I downloaded a zip. Can everybody hear me? Okay. Can everybody hear me? Oh. Sandy, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can everybody hear me at all? Can anybody hear me at all? Hello, can someone hear me? Ah. Hello?
You will now be placed into the conference.
Hello?
Hi, Avish.
Hi, sorry, okay, right. Can you hear me, Sandy?
Yeah.
Okay,
I can
cool.
now.
Okay, cool.
I know it took a couple of tries.
I'm just downloading the app, which allows me to share my screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm going to do is hand over control to you as we're talking. You should see something pop up on your screen.
Okay, one sec. Okay, let's just check where that it's asked me to download the app again. Just one second, let me just verify that. Okay, it's just loading.
Sure. So
That's much better.
So Hamish, while you're setting up the app, probably we can begin with a very quick round of introduction.
Okay.
Actually, we had Sandeep.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I think that I've downloaded the app. I'm just trying to get it to oh, it's doing that now. Okay, so yeah, carry on, please. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think that it's both engagement and assessment. I'm getting really bad echo. Are you getting a bad echo from me? Okay, I'm going to just 1 second. I'm just trying to sort out this issue. Hello? Hello? You still there? That's much better. I think that it was some. Okay, so our tool is based around engagement primarily. Okay, we all realise that in classes that students don't engage in their learning, and this tool that we've built achieves that success in enabling students. And our evidence is that, and I suppose our a measure of success is how many students engage in everyday learning activities that teachers initiate using Spiral. They get 100% engagement from the students. The students offer up information that enable the teacher to carry out a very quick, but also a very thorough formative assessment. What's very different about Spiral and its competitors is that the formative assessment that the teacher gets from Spiral is a written-based formative assessment, which enables the teacher to interpret exactly where the common misconceptions in the class are, and then to be able to address them. And with other apps, is that in the main, is that it's addressing a right or a wrong answer. Okay, so the teachers will go, well, 80% of the class got it right and 20% got it wrong, but they don't know what they got wrong. And that's really crucial with Spiral. A lot of our teachers love Spiral because it gives you a very valued and qualitative-based assessments. And that's across all of the apps that we produce. So whether it's based on video, a presentation, a quick question and answer, or a group activity, across all the common theme across all of those apps that we've produced is a formative assessment, but also through an enhanced student engagement. Does that answer your question? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I suppose the other thing also is that, and I sent over a deck a bit earlier on, is that the validation that we've got from the US market. So in terms of our numbers, pretty much all of our users are from the USA. It's about 80% USA, 20% UK, Far East, etc., etc. But obviously, because you guys have had the foresight to give students devices in class, and they really are actively using those devices, is that the main market for these apps is currently in the USA, where I think it's what 70% of all students have now got their own device. So that's where we're getting all our usage from. In addition, is that you'll see in the deck, we've also built our own Twitter tool, and that Twitter tool was able to grab whatever, about 1 million US teachers, and we use that Twitter tool to be able to learn off those teachers what teachers are talking about on Twitter, and then for us to be able to then market to those teachers on Twitter. So that's how we built up our traction so far. And the last 3 months has been a switch from that tool to teachers actually sharing Spiral with other teachers. And so the growth has been more organic in the last 3 months from them recommending Spiral. Yeah, I can actually, but I think Mark needs to approve. Yeah. Okay. Okay, but there might be a, yeah. Okay, something's happening. Okay. Okay, so if I, no. Oh, would you accept? So I've accepted that. Okay, my screen's being shared. That's cool. Okay, so that's brilliant. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, I'm going